So, fun fact about that cover art, I actually had to create it myself because there is not a grid of that size anywhere on the internet. So, and there is actually a cover art, but I would have to compress it and stretch it, and it looks awful. It looks really bad. But you know, this means that I actually had to be creative for once. I know, shocker. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing on this fine... I was gonna say Saturday, I don't know why. This fine Wednesday evening. Cause yeah, usually my usually for the thumbnails, for the main channel thumbnails, I usually take the cover arts from a Steam grid. And yeah, this is like the first game that doesn't have like a square like grid. Because yeah, surprisingly, Last Impact and even Star Road has a grid, has grids in Steam Grid, which is actually pretty impressive. But yeah, I'm not gonna be surprised if I have to do more like custom grids, I guess, for lack of a better term. Although that being said, actually no. I actually had to make a square grid for the Alien Syndrome thumbnail because there were no square grids for that game as well. Yeah, I just remember that. Not to mention that, you know, I also had to create square grids for Duck Station so that my game library looks very tidy. All right, so this is going to be a more... This is gonna be on the shorter side when it comes to streaming because this is gonna be a very, and I mean very quick ROM hack. Now I say very quick, but it's gonna probably take me maybe 2 hours to master, 3 maybe. I really have no idea. It all depends on how I do the big achievements, so to speak. Oh yeah, the frostbite. Yeah, I remember that. Alright. So yeah, this is not gonna... This is gonna be a very quick mastery. And yeah, I mean, finally, because the last quick mastery I did was... Not counting Shrek Treasure Hunt, the last quick mastery I did was Store Little 2, which, keep in mind, it was the first game I mastered for this year, so... Yeah, and we are... This is our 15th mastery this year, which, yeah, we're almost getting past the number of masters I did last year, which was 17. I actually had to write it down. Well, now, if we want to be technical, I've mastered 16 games because the Toy Story 2 Dreamcast set got retired due to plagiarism. Because it basically had the exact same set, which also happened to Walt Disney World Magical Racing Tour, which I was thinking of not doing until the Dreamcast set went live, but I want to tackle that game, so I said, you know what, let's just do it, and I'll just do a follow-up video when the Dreamcast set comes in. But yeah, this game's gonna be a small break. Then we're gonna move on to the big one, or another big boy. And when I say big boy, I mean big and multiple boy, because yeah, the next game is gonna be a multi-console game, in a way similar to Toy Story 2 and Alien Trilogy. Currently 11 days and almost 9 plats into a 30-day 30 plat challenge. Oh my god, I do not see myself doing that. I mean, I can see myself doing that for RetroAchievements when it comes to doing like very easy sets that I can master in like a day, like Store Little 2, Lilo and Stitch, this, the game we're doing today. But yeah, when it comes to like stuff like Resident Evil or something, yeah, that's gonna be kind of hard. But yeah, 30 platinums, that's quite an ordeal. And I really hope that you're not doing like I Am Mayo 1, 2, and 3 and all those games, because you know, you gotta add some spice to it, you know. Good job on the Spyro 2 video. I enjoyed seeing it, and also eager to see the Year of the Dragon video when you're done making it. Yeah, this is gonna be a short stream, but tomorrow, for the sake of not sounding like I'm dying on the Spyro 3 video, tomorrow I'm going to start recording the voiceover because the script is done. Because I literally finished mastering the game on Monday. I mastered the game on Monday. And I'm currently editing the videos to upload to the archives channel. And yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I did say this in the end of the Spyro mastery, but I'm not gonna lie, I was getting a little burned out from Spyro. Mainly not because I was getting bored of playing the games, but because when it comes to the script writing, considering that I'm playing 3 games that basically play the exact same, yeah, let's just say that it's a bit exhausting trying to figure out new things. Now, granted, there are some new things, especially which you know, it's a bit of there's a bit of a reference in my latest community post. If you know, you know. But yeah, it was so bad that I literally wrote down some notes about every level, and that's basically it. I did not even bother to do like the paragraphs for the Spyro 3 worlds. So yeah, that's a good sign. Maybe, possibly, I don't know. All right. I think we've been stalling for too long. Sorry, Sky and Sea, I need to shut you off. I love you. You are a good song for my favorite Mario game. Yes, I'm serious. But yeah, let's get the show on the road.
me, Mario.
Hello everybody, Jonathan Wolf here, and welcome back to a brand new RetroAchievements Mastery playthrough. Today, we are mastering Super Mario 64, The Slide. I just know it. But yeah, this game was made by Jake Dower, and yeah, basically this game answers the question of what if Mario 64 was nothing but slides. And yeah, this is a pretty good ROM hack. I really do enjoy this ROM hack. This is a short but sweet ROM hack, and you know, as a Tomb Raider fanboy that loves playing Tomb Raider level editors, even though I do prefer the big scale tier release, there's nothing wrong with sitting back and taking a break with the one-off Tomb Raider level editor stages, which, you know, it's a good thing because not everything needs to be like overblown, you know, and that is one thing that I am very grateful of. But yeah, this ROM hack is a pretty short and pretty sweet ordeal. We have 20 achievements to get, although 15 of them are actually no, wait, 15. Although 17 of them are basically freebies, since you'll basically get an achievement for beating every like a section of the slide. And yeah, let's see if we actually will find our canon event. Probably not, because my canon event is dying on the simplest shit in the entire world, because that's my luck, people. But yeah, this is gonna be a small mastery before we head into our next big one. I was thinking of doing a couple of short ones before moving on to the next big one, but considering that maybe Super Metroid will get its set revised before August, I really want to play that game because, yeah, I want to... Okay, at this point, I'm not going to be able to make Super Metroid for the 40th anniversary, but, you know, at least I want to have that game done for August. But yeah, with that said, let's just get on with the show. So let's... Actually, it's my timer reset. Yes, it is. So yeah, let's go ahead and go with Mario D, as in Mario D's nuts. Very original. And let's get on with the show. 3, 2, 1, go. And here we are. I'm ready. And oh my god, we're already sliding. I love it. This comes to show that this is truly the Slideverse. So yeah, immediately right off the bat, you can tell that, yeah, we have slides. And yeah, basically, as the name implies, everything is a slide, which is a pretty cool concept, and, you know, basically transforms my favorite stars of 64 into a full-fledged game, which I like it. Because, yeah, for those who don't know, the slide stars are actually some of my favorite stars in 64, which also applies to ROM hacks like Last Impact, Star Road, and any other game that has them. Alright. Welcome to Super Mario 64, The Slideverse by Jake Dower. This hack aims to remake original stages in the form of slides. This hack was possible thanks to Bowser's Blueprints by Falco Buster and Quad 64 by David SM64. Credits to Olivia. Okay, so we got the team, I guess. Credits to Nintendo for the base game engine. Of course, we have to credit the original developers. Hey Mario, in the Slideverse, you'll have limited lives. This means that if you game over, you'll have to start all over again. So be very careful in the Slideverse. Oh no, how scary. How terrible. How terrible. And, oh. Up. Camera. Even in a freaking, 64 ROM hack, even in the most basic 64 ROM hacks, the camera is just dumb. It is said that the cannon at the entrance opens once the star at the end of the slideverse is recovered. Only then the chosen one will be able to have access to Her Highness Slide. Her Highness's Slide. Yeah, I think that's how you say it. Alright. So let's go inside. Alright, so I'm just gonna talk to everyone just to get the lore. In the Slideverse, you might come across colored boxes marked with an exclamation point, which contains power-ups. Green boxes contain the metal cap, which grants you 50 seconds of invincibility and the ability to walk underwater. Blue boxes contain the vanish cap, which turns you invisible for 20 seconds. Red boxes contain the wing cap, which after performing a triple jump allows you to fly, that's not true, it's glide, or falling with style, for 10 seconds. Oh, that's actually neat. I actually did not know how much time you got for every cap. The light over there looks suspicious. Have you tried standing under it and looking up? Never. I've never done it. I've never done it in my entire life. This is the first time I'm playing 64. Alright, let's go to heaven. Alright. So this is the tutorial course. You can skip it by pausing and exiting the course. Otherwise, please slide to the next section. I mean, yeah, there you go. So yeah, that's actually pretty cool. The fact that we got wing cap, or the Tower of the Wing Cap, as a slide. That's actually pretty cool. While sliding, there may be some curves. In that case, if you're in Lakitu Cam mode, use the C buttons to move the camera. Otherwise, you can press R to switch to Mario Cam mode if you want the camera to follow. Okay, yeah. And thankfully, the camera works as it does in the Bowser stages, so it's specific camera angles, which is awesome. Sometimes you may cross some wide gaps. In that case, thanks to the speed accumulated while sliding, you can press A to jump over it. Well, let's see if I fail the first jump. I did not fail the first jump. I am the best. Sometimes the gaps can be too small, so jumping might not be useful. Just let go and push your control stick forward. So yeah, sometimes jumping is not always the solution. And I love it. And that's why I love it. Sometimes a turn might be harder to make. In that case, some long slopes on the sides of the slide can help you push you to the opposite side. So yeah, with this, we can just do like a sort of drift, which is pretty cool. And hello, Bobby. Nice, tutorial completed. Stand on that bright platform over there to go back to the tower. And there we go. Pretty easy. Nothing too difficult. Am I winning? Well, we're one way to find out as we slide into the underground, I guess. Hello, Mips. Hey, Mario. Remember, it's always better to slide in a seated position. This way, if you meet obstacles or pits, you can jump over them. Moreover, if you prefer, you can also switch. Okay, yeah, whatever. This way, the camera will automatically follow you while standing. Good luck. Yeah, that's actually one thing you gotta keep in mind, is the fact that if you slide on your belly, you're basically dead, essentially, which is not a good thing. Alright, but here we go. We have Bob-omb Battlefield, and we got the King. Well, well, look who's here. Don't worry, little plumber. I'm not here to fight. Let me explain how this works, since you're a newbie, as always. Each slide has a mini-challenge you have to pass. If you fail, don't worry, you can stand on a return platform that will warp you back to the beginning of the slide. To get a hint, you can speak to cool NPCs like me, which you'll find at the beginning of each slide. If you feel too cocky though, you can just pause the screen to look at the hint. Here, as you can see, is Open the Gates, which probably means you'll have to find a switch somewhere. So don't miss it, but I doubt it. So yeah, we got Bob-omb Slide, Open the Gates. So yeah, very, very basic. And yeah, one of the coolest things about this whole thing is that it combines multiple elements of the course. Like you like right there we had the iron ball section, and yeah, we actually had to open the gate, which is on the underside of the battlefield before you scale the mountain. So that's actually pretty cool. And I also do love how the pipes are actually based on the different courses. So that pipe we took, that pipe we took, it's shaped like the tower from Womp's Fortress, which is pretty cool. And speaking of Womp Fortress, ugh, I don't think I'll fit well here. I shouldn't have left my beloved fortress. Do you want to reach it? Good luck. You're gonna hit a wall. I mean, literally. You will need to blast at it if you want to break and then proceed. You can do that with a cannon, but you have to find its owner to open it first. Well, I will gladly find the owner. I found the owner. So yeah, this ROM hack has 20 achievements. Although you do get 15 of them by basically clearing out every single section of the main slide. This game has... Oh, well, there you go. My first death. This game has 3 slides. First off, we have... Okay, Womp slide, blast to the wall target. First off, we have the big slide, or the main slide, which is basically... all 15 main courses, which is, you know, from Bob-omb Battlefield all the way to Rainbow Ride. And then we have 2 more slides, but we'll get into them once we get to, you know, once we proceed onward with our quest. And, oh my god, that was too high. Whee! Nice. But yeah, basically, for the second, For Womp's Fortress, we have to talk to the Bob-omb buddy, and then we gotta activate the cannon to blast away the wall. See, look at that. We got references in my... We got cool little references, which is pretty cool. And yeah, this basically shows that... Oh, well. This basically shows that every single, like, course in this game has a sort of theming, but also it combines multiple stars from said course. Or at least multiple elements of said course. Because, yeah, the Piranha area was the beginning. Now we got Blast Away. Then we got this, which is Blast Away the Wall. Which is pretty cool. And, yeah, now we have to go inside, or to go into the fortress itself somewhat. And, oh my god! Nice bounce. I'm already failing. That's awesome. Oh my god, this is not a good omen for the big boy achievements. Because yeah, before I died, you may have noticed there was an icon on the bottom left corner. And yeah, that icon basically, I mean, we'll talk about it later, but let's just say that we have to do a sort of Mario Galaxy 2 perfect run, if you get my drift. But yeah, right here we got the flagpole with the... that gives you the green demon 1-up, which is pretty cool. And I also love the green arrow that leads to the floating islands, which is awesome. And yeah, we also have this wet area, and yeah, we go into Jolly Roger Bay. Hello, Unagi.
I'm stuck. Can you help me? No? How selfish. Well, you better take that cap over there. You'll need it. You're going to have a nice walk underwater.
So yeah, that's actually another thing we gotta do. We have caps. So, as Toad said, in the castle grounds, we have 50 seconds before the metal cap goes away. And yeah, look at that. We got the blast of the stone pillars, which is awesome. Which, yeah, that's a cool way of doing clever platforming, which is awesome. And yeah, basically the reason we need the metal cap is to hit this switch, which is honestly not that hard to get. I mean, you're not going to make it if you stall on the stone pillars, but besides that, yeah, the metal cap section is pretty simple. Although that being said, is there a way to go back if you fail the metal cap section? Because yeah, I don't know if there's actually like a return. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. So you can return to the beginning of the slide. Yeah, right here we got the secret cave, which contains the puzzle ripped from or ripped into Odyssey, which is pretty cool. And we go into Cool Mountain. Metal Mario can press it. Oh shit, I forgot to check the title of the Jolly Roger thing. Oh, my precious baby. Oh wait, he's at home, safe. I forgot. What? Do you want to slide down this mountain? Are you a fool? That's too risky, and you're not practical enough like us penguins. Well, since you're so stubborn, at least you might want to be careful, especially if you meet icy walls. While sliding, you'll need to accumulate enough speed to reach them and start wall kicks to climb up. So yeah, we got wall kicks will work. Do they? I don't know, because in my experience, wall kicks never work. Actually, wall kicks are pretty annoying to do in 64. But yeah, look at that. We ourselves the snowman bridge, which is pretty cool. But yeah, basically, for this part, you want to get momentum and hopefully... Well, I said hopefully. And hopefully pull off the wall kicks, which, unfortunately, considering that this is Mario 64, it's going to be a pain in the ass, because the wall kicks in 64 are incredibly annoying to pull off. Ow. Alright. But yeah, just build up speed, jump at the end of the ramp, and then pull off the wall kicks. And into the cabin. And yeah, that's actually another cool thing, and that's the fact that sub areas will also be included. So yeah, right here we got the inside of the cabin, which means that we get to do another slide. Now, granted, it's a worse version of said slide, but it is a slide nonetheless. And you know, considering this is the slide verse, of course we're gonna enjoy some slides, no matter the quality. And here we go. We go into Big Boo's Hunt. As soon as you'll take that cap, the time will start running, and I bet my life, I meant my afterlife, that you're not that quick. So yeah, as Toad said, we have 20 seconds once we use the Vanish Cap. And basically, for the Vanish Cap, we have to go through these Boo paintings. And hopefully not die in the process. And, yeah. Just make it to the end. And yeah, you basically have to do the entire slide with the Vanish Cap. So we basically have 20 seconds before we die. Also, why am I failing this much? What is going on? Alright. Let's focus. Alright. So here we got the Mr. Ice. Oh my god, it's the piano. Somebody help me. And yeah, as you can see, we also have the merry-go-round, which is pretty awesome. Alright. Hazy Mazy Cavey. Quick run for Vanished Mario. Ouch, this cave is so dark and mazy. If you see any helpful visual cues, you better follow them. I don't believe you. Damn it. I was wrong. Okay, fine. I'll believe you. So yeah, here we got Hazy Maze Cave. I am dead. Yep. Well, that sucks. Alright. So yeah, that's actually one thing you gotta be careful, and that's the fact that if you slide on your belly, in the worst case scenario, which is usually all the time, yeah, you're basically dead. But yeah, for Hazy Maze Cave, we have to have the arrows mark the way. And yeah, I do like how we got different sections of the maze. So yeah, over there we got the platform with the... Over there we got the platform with the... What's it called? With the red coins. Here we have the toxic maze, which deletes your health very quickly. Oh my god, why does it do that? And yeah, as you can see over here, we have the... What's supposed to be the Dory Cave, which is pretty awesome. And I do love how we're getting shunned by God. Shunned by the heavens. And into Lethal Lava Land. Alright.
Things are getting tough, huh? Let's see how long you last in this immense lava land. I bet my horns that you'll get toasted like a pepper. Unless you'll manage to reach that wing cap over there. But even then, you'll still have to make it through the dangerous of the big volcano down there.
Alright, so here we have our second challenge achievement, or I guess our first level-specific challenge achievement, where we have to beat the Lethal Lava Land section without taking damage. And this one can be pretty difficult, especially these wooden platforms, since if you land in front of them, or if you land anywhere but in the middle of them, like right here, yeah, you'll start sliding on your belly, and you'll basically forfeit the run. But yeah, right there we got the wing cap, and we got 10 seconds to make it into the volcano. And yeah, now we actually get to do the volcano, which is pretty cool. Alright, so make sure you do small hops because of that, because, you know, this is Mario 64, and if there's one thing you should know about Mario 64 is that it is a janky-ass game. Even the simplest ROM hacks are janky, because, again, Super Mario 64 is a perfect game with no flaws whatsoever. Oh my god, of course. You know, a part of me knew that I was not going to do that on the first try. I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest. I would have been shocked if I got the big challenge achievement out of the way. Which, spoilers, yeah, you may have already figured it out at this point. But yeah, there is a challenge achievement for doing the whole slide without dying, and I will admit it's not as hard as it looks. But there are some sections that are pretty difficult. Or to be fair, there's like 2 sections that are difficult overall. But there we go. Fly into the volcano. And no catching on fire. I love it. Even though we could have also gotten squished by the trap from the volcano. Thankfully we didn't have to get all the coins, so at least there's no PTSD for that. Beautiful hat. Can I take it? I love red things. They might reveal hidden secrets. Yeah, that's my voice for Klepto. 4 reds, 1 secret. Alright, so for here, we have a sort of, I guess, combination of the red coins, but also the stand on the top, or stand on top of the 4 pillars, because, yeah, the idea is to get the red coins and also avoid the sand pits. And oh my god, I remember this section being kind of stupid. Alright. Oh my god, that was close. Alright. But yeah, basically, if you got the 3 coins, you can just continue on and grab the last coin, which, you know, just like the pillars, will uncover the top of the pyramid. So yeah, I actually really do like the combinations that, you know, are based on stars, which is awesome. Also, no sand ASMR. That's sad. And oh my god, it's iRock, my favorite Mario Kart DS boss. And why do you look like? Oh my god, you look destroyed. You do not look complete. Oh my god, that's terrifying. They say I'm the best at giving high fives. Maybe because I gave my all. That vulture needs to get a hobby, or a better hobby. I mean, he's a kleptomaniac, so of course he's gonna live up to its namesake. Oh my god. So stupid. So fucking stupid. Alright, what do you gotta say? We've never taken a shower for thousands of years, but we've always washed our hands. And I thought my puns were bad. Who wrote this? Chugga Conroy? No, I'm just kidding. And oh my god, we get to talk to Sushi. I love it.
Someone blocked access to the dock further down. It would take someone very strong to break down that panel over there. I'm really tired. There isn't just enough water and food here. Maybe I should eat you. Grr.
I still can get over the iRock puns. Because, yeah, fun fact, when I first played this ROM hack for my personal account, I never read the NPC dialogues. Why? I have no idea, but I don't know. But yeah, here we got, I was about to say Jolly Roger, but no, Dire Docks, where we have the gimmick of destroying the Bowser panels. And I also love how we got the poles integrated, which is awesome. And we got the Manta Ray down there. I love it. See you in Sunshine, where you become a storm. Break through Bowser's panels. Or the Bowser panels. Alright.
Those ridiculous shoes of yours are useless for navigating the icy waters of this land. Maybe a Koopa shell could help you, if you know how to steer it.
Well, unfortunately for you, and for me, I guess, we're not gonna do that, because we have our second... Ow. We have our second challenge achievement, where we have to beat this course, or beat the Snowman's Land section, without using the shell. I knew it. Now, this part can be kind of difficult. However, there's actually a very, very simple way of doing this. So let's get a running start, and... Oh, no. Ah! Alright. Oh my god, why did you dive, Mario? It's all your fault, damn it. Alright. Let's try it again, shall we? Also, yeah, I do love how we got enemies, even though, because we're sliding, we can basically just kill them by running into them. Like the spin does, which, yeah. Or, I'm sorry, spin drifts, because, yeah, they're called spin drifts. Which, yeah, that was a big oof on my part. Ow. And, oh my god, why? Why are you diving, Mario? Alright. Also, weird that this part is not a slide, but whatever. Okay. No snowman, please. Oh my god, what am I doing? Alright. Okay. So, for this part, we have to... Yeah, this part can be kind of tricky, so... Yeah, what I'm going to do is... I'm going to go over here. And then, I have to... Damn it. So yeah, basically what you have to do for that section is you have to do jump kicks in order to stay on the gray... stay on the gray area and not go into the cold burning water, which I still have no idea how that works, but whatever. And oh my god, why are you not jumping? Why are you not jumping, Mario? What is wrong with you? So yeah, just inch your way. Go! Yes! And there we go. We got frostbite. Freezing shell surfing. No, it isn't. Oh my god. I don't remember these things. I don't remember those ice walls. Also, hello there. They forgot about me. Can you believe it? I don't even know who you are, sir. Alright. So that's it for Snowman's Land. Now we got to Wet Dry World. Wait, before moving on, remember to combine both of the special caps. The old builders sealed the tunnels with grates. Unfortunately, one day the town was flooded and everyone left. You can still hear the strong currents from here. We water spiders have thrived, but we're still so few. So please don't hurt my friends. I don't make any promises there, buddy. Alright, so... I don't think I'm gonna make this. Never mind, I made it. I'm the greatest. So yeah, sometimes, and by that I mean like, I want to say 2 times, there are instances where you can actually take alternate paths, which usually the alternate path is a more difficult one. However, yeah, it's really not that difficult, that different in the best case, in the worst case scenario. But yeah, for this part, we have to use a combination of the metal and vanish cap, similar to Dire Ducks. Except not really, because you can just use the the vanish cap. And yeah, basically, we have to make it to the end and just succeed, you know? And yeah, I love how we got the tube from... We have the tube from the top part of the world. And yeah, basically the reason you need the metal and vanish cap is because, well, for one, the vanish cap only lasts 20 seconds, so getting to the end is going to be impossible. So you need the metal cap because it lasts 50 seconds. And the timer is... And I believe the timer is based on the last cap you pick up. So if you go metal and then vanish, I think the timer will be... The timer will be 20 seconds. Alright, up, up, up. When you jump on a mushroom, press A to bounce. Up, up, up. Make use of the momentum from the slide to jump even further. Oomph! I can't reach your hat. Well, but I can reach your pink butt. Look at that. Your tail sticking out of your asshole. I love it. Oh my god. Alright. Hello, Chakio. So yeah, in a Mario Kart Wii fashion, we have to bounce. Now, thankfully, you do not need to time it. You can just hold the button and you'll bounce no problem. So, at least there's that. Because, yeah, if otherwise, that would have been very annoying if I had to time it. But yeah, Tall Mountain section is very easy. And yeah, as you can see, here we have the mysterious mountain slide. And just like the original star, we do have a death route, or a death path, or a path to death. But it's pretty simple. Also, don't dive, because you can actually go through the wall. And yeah, I learned that the hard way. Shroom bound spree. Alright. If you come across large gaps, don't freak out. Trust the island. It always helps the good-hearted. Well, I'm a cold-hearted bitch, so I don't think it's gonna help me. Okay. So, the tip that Koops gives you is not for the big island, or it's not for the small island, but more for the big island. And oh my god, you're blocking me. How dare you? You're too fat. Hey, I remember you. After all this time, we meet again. And I'm bigger than you now. Haha. Well, you're still a douchebag, so... Ha. And, oh no. I'm sliding on my belly. Somebody help me. But yeah, basically, when he said trust the island, you have to let the wind carry you, so... Yeah, it's basic. So yeah, basically basically you have to trust on the worst section of the normal level, which, you know, it's the wind gust, which if you saw my Mario 64 mastery, it did not work and it ended up killing me. So, there you go. And oh, I didn't get in the hole. Sad face. A leap of faith. Nice. Okay.
Tick-tock, tick-tock, time to make a choice. Where do you want to start? You know what? It doesn't matter. My buddies can't wait to throw you down anyway. Good luck. Wait,
what does that say? I need to see. It says... Oh, it says Koopa, but it's on reverse. Yeah, I've always never seen what this says. God, what a shit-eating grin. I love it. Alright, so yeah, here we got Tick-Tock Clock, which is going to be the level that is going to be your biggest skill check, especially this section. Because of that, because you will start sliding on your belly. So you know what? I'm gonna do timed jumps on moving platforms, which is honestly the easiest path. It's the harder path. Actually, no, it's not the harder path. The harder path is the normal route because, yeah, the conveyor belts are super annoying. Also, I'm gonna go right because I'm gonna go left because I'm stupid. Because yeah, the left path is actually harder compared to the right path. It's the shortest, but it's also the hardest. So yeah. Make up your time. Oh my god, you're so funny. Mario, it's been a pleasure following you on this journey. But now there's one last thing to do. What? Well, of course. Reach the end of this slide and get the final star of the slide verse. And by final, he means the only star, so... Yeah. Alright. So yeah, here we got Rainbow Ride, which is honestly not as believe it or not as bad as the main course. And you know, as someone who is a certified Rainbow Ride hater, that's saying a lot. And I'm dead. Yep. Well, that sucks. Alright, can we do this without getting a game over? Because that would be pretty cool. Why did you blow up? There was no need to... There was no need for fireworks. Yeah, that's actually what's going to make the Deathless run very hard, is the fact that for some jumps, you're going to need momentum, and that which is going to be very hard to achieve in the worst case scenario. And oh great, we got the magic carpet ride. I love it. Also, we got this annoying thing. And jump! You bastard. Alright, get over here. Imagine I died at the literal end of the stage. Oh my god, that'd be so funny. That'd be so funny. You guys have no idea. Also, even though we got a lot of coins, you cannot get 1-ups in this through this entire thing. And wait, oh, wait, who removed the cannon from the ship? Well, it doesn't matter. Congrats on making it this far. Yay. And there we go. Just get that star. Alright. And there we go. That is it for the Slideverse, or at least the main slide. Congratulations, you successfully completed the long race in the Slideverse. The power of the star grants Mario infinite lives, and he can now access the Princess's Slide. So yeah, once you get the star, the cannon will now be active. However, we're not gonna go there yet, because now I'm going to focus on the main challenge of this entire ROM hack. And that is to beat the main slide without dying. So if we go to achievements, we got Slide Master 3000. Grab the star in Rainbow Ride without losing a life in the big slide. So yeah, now we have to do a full no-death run, which I will admit, it's not as hard as it seems. Although, there are certain sections that can be difficult. Like, okay, I'll say right now, Bob on Battlefield is stupid easy. Whomp's Fortress is not that hard, and the good thing about Whomp's Fortress is that the cannon will already... Once you open the cannon, it will stay open basically forever, so... Yeah, we can now use the cannon without needing to go to the Bob-omb body. Which is good in my book. Alright, please don't bounce. Thank you. Yeah, because that's how I died. I bounced off the wall. Also, despite the fact that this is Bullet Bill's first appearance, and... You know, I've said in the 64 video that it is your civic duty to get shot in the face by a Bullet Bill. Yeah, I don't want to do that because I don't want to die. Okay, so here's the first hard... So here we got the first hard part, which is the jumping to the stone pillars, because the perspective is going to definitely be the worst enemy, but... Overall, it's not that bad, because then again, you also have 50 seconds to get to this point, so you do have plenty of time to time your jumps in the stone pillars. So it's not the end of the world. The full no-death slide run is going to be interesting to see because of how janky the game can can be, but it's an achievement, then it can be done. Yeah, it is 100% doable. It's really not that difficult. Also, I'm screwing up. Oh my god. I jumped right, like, almost on the frame the blocks went away. Oh my god, that was awesome. Because, yeah, I will admit that the Deathless Run doesn't get hard until... I want to say Lethal Lava Land. Actually, no, not Lethal Lava Land. I would say after Lethal Lava. Probably Shifting Sandland. Actually, you know what? It doesn't get hard. I would say it doesn't get hard until Tiny Huge Island, if you can believe me. Yeah, like the third. Yeah, I would say that the last 3 areas are the hardest part of the game, because not only is each section very short, but they're also not that hard. Because, you know, now that we got the Frostbite achievement, I can now use the shell to get to the igloo. So, you know, I don't have to do stupid things in order for the sake of an achievement, you know? But yeah, I would say that Tiny Huge Island is where the Deathless Run starts to gets difficult. Actually, this might honestly be another hard one, because of the strict timer you have with the Vanish Cap. And yeah, I'm just gonna jump. So, I forgot to mention, but where the Mr. Eyes are, on the opposite side of the eyes, we have those, like, tilting platforms that usually will drop you into the well section. Which, you know, you're probably not going to know what I'm talking about, but I'm talking about that one hazard in that one room. In the room where you need to do a wall kick to reach the top floor of the mansion. And oh my god, Super, why? Nice bounce. Alright, for this part, we want to be quick and also careful, because if you touch an amp like that, if you touch an amp, yeah, you're basically dead. And yeah, because I died, we have to do it again. Yeah, I should not have gone to the right. I should stick in the middle, because that's usually what I do. I stick in the middle. All right. So that's attempt number 1. Because yeah, I'm not counting the first playthrough as the oh shit. Actually, we can salvage it, because yeah, by getting hit, we will start sliding on our butt again. So that is cool. But yeah, when it comes to the hardest part of every section, Bob-omb Battlefield really has no hard section, because it's really, overall, Bob-omb is very easy. Whomp's Fortress, I would say, is this section because of what happened during the first run, where I just bounced off the wall and died. Jolly Roger would be the stone pillars. Coco Mountain is definitely pulling off the wall kick, because, you know, if you don't do the wall kick, you have to restart and just try again and again, which, yeah, that's definitely the most annoying thing, which, thankfully, it's the only instance in the game where we have to do wall kicks, because if I had to do more, I was going to lose my mind, because, Yeah, like I said before, I hate doing wall kicks in Mario 64. In fact, it's probably my least favorite, like, tech in 64 overall. Just because of how unreliable it is. And this applies to 64 and Rom Hacks, because unless you decide to change the wall kick so that it works like how it does in the other Mario games, where as soon as you hit a wall, you start sliding off of it, which I believe is a thing that started in Sunshine, then yeah, wall kick in 64 is just bad. Which, you know, props to Case, because, you know, he made a ROM hack where he basically fixed the wall kick, and yeah, that is pretty awesome. Oh my god, I almost died. So, let's... Damn it. Yeah, that's the thing with the wall kick section. I either pull it off the first time, or on the first try, or I pull it off on the 50th try. Because the wall kick in this game is terrible. But then again, Super Mario 64 is a perfect game with no flaws whatsoever. Alright, so that's 2. Oh, thank God. I was fearing that I was gonna go past the wall. Alright. But yeah, Jolly Roger, or not Jolly Roger, Cocoa Mountain, the hardest part is pulling off the wall kick. And, you know, I'm just gonna say right now, oh my god, why did I... Oh my god, I'm a fucking idiot. I am a freaking idiot. I love it. Dude, that's 3 for 3 on that water bomb. What the hell? But yeah, as for Big Boo's Haunt, I would say Big Boo's Haunt is the first hard section, because you basically have to do a very strict time run. Lethal Lava Land is I would say it's the first section that is the hardest, just because of the wooden platforms. Shifting Sandland is honestly pretty easy, although the inside of the pyramid has very tricky jumps. What's next? Oh wait, no. I forgot Hazy Maze Cave. Hazy Maze Cave, it's the the Toxic Maze section. That is easily the hardest part, but... And yeah. Tall Mountain is honestly not that bad. Although, considering it's me who's talking, I'm gonna find a way to fuck up the... Oh my god, what the hell? I'm gonna find a way to screw up... Why did I do that? That was stupid. I should have just slid on my belly. On my belly. But yeah, knowing me, I'm gonna find a way to fuck up Tall Mountain. What am I doing? There we go. Rainbow Ride. I mean, the last 3 stages are the hardest ones overall, so... Actually, no, I would even say that the hardest part about Tiny Huge is the beginning, or the small island, and the inside of the... and the Wiggler Cave. And then once you get to TikTok, it's just... I would say TikTok is the hardest. I would honestly say TikTok Clock is the hardest section of the slide. And oh my god, I cannot do this. Why? And you want to know the best part? Once we're done with this, we're not even done with the game because we still have 2 more things to do before we truly finish the game. Oh, what the fuck was that speed up? Yeah, like that's the thing. Like, the wall kick is so inconsistent, it's not even funny. All right. Now, we have to do the impossible task of not dying due to stupid things. Because, you know, if there's one thing that I'm very, very famous for doing is dying in the most stupid way possible. I should know. Because I've been Castlevania 4 without dying, and it took me 3 days because I've kept dying on the most dumb way possible. Which also applies to Mario Advance 2, which ended up being one of the most miserable experiences I've ever had in a video game. And basically cemented Mario 2 USA as my least favorite 2D Mario game. Oh my god. I am not looking forward to the Advance games. Specifically Advance 1 because, yeah. Mario 2 USA, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. It is without question my least favorite 2D Mario game. I would rather play Lost Levels in a heartbeat. And I'm someone who loves the... And I'm someone who loves Lost Levels. Oh my god. Okay. All right, let's do a new strategy. You ready for this one? It's called shutting the fuck up. Let's shut the hell up. And let's get good. Because as you know, or as I've seen in my performances, oh my god, it happened. It's not a true lock-in unless I start blasting the Souls music. Yeah, because You know I will. You know I'm locking in truly if I start pulling off the Souls music. You know, if I pull off the Bale the Dreads, Dark Eater Midir, or whatever song I want to play. Mesmer, Dragon Slayer Phase 1, or Dragon Slayer Armor Phase 1. Oh my god! Goomba, you kick me into the next dimension. I love it. Alright. Let's just... Oh my god. I just hope that I don't have to pull off the Souls music, because that would be so embarrassing. Or that would be just ridiculous. Although, now that I say that, I think I did pull it off. I think I did pull off the Souls music when I first mastered this game, so... It wouldn't be anything new. So, there's that. Alright. Okay, we don't need to lock in for this, because this is easy. Because, yeah, that's another thing. Like, the slides are wide. That's another that's another good thing, in my opinion. Or that I will say. Because, yeah, the slides don't get thin unless you do, like the hard paths of certain sections. Or the tiny island and tiny huge, but, you know. It makes sense because of the level theme. Alright, lock in. Alright. Can we... Alright, let's... There we go. That's what I should have done. Should have done a ground pound. Alright, PB, let's go. So yeah, like I said, if you hit up, see it like that. If you hit the locks from the front side, you're gonna start sliding your belly and you're gonna die. Oh my god. Son of a bitch. Oh, no. I know what's gonna happen now. I know exactly what's gonna happen now. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna get past Lethal Lava Land, but I'm gonna die on Shifting Sandland. And once I get past Shifting Sandland, I'm gonna die on the next world, and I'm gonna keep dying on every world before I get the damn star. Because that's my luck, people. That is my freaking luck. Or, you know, in the worst case, if I don't do the hard stuff on the first try, I do it on the 50th because again, that's my luck. I mean, like I said, it took me 3 days to do the Deathless Castlevania 4 achievement and 4 days to do the Mario Advance 1 Deathless achievement, which, you know, made me hate Mario 2 USA more than I already do. So whoop-de-freaking-do. Oh my god, I've been recording for an hour. That is amazing. Alright. Yeah, that's actually another thing I'm not looking forward to, is that, you know, doing deathless runs of video games. Because, you know, when I record... There's this tiny bit of tension, or there's this tiny bit of pressure in me that, oh, well, there you go. There's this tiny bit of pressure on me that basically makes me want to perfect it on the first try. But, you know, because I'm recording, it's gonna... The Let's Play curse is gonna kick in, you know, because you can practice at a video game as much as you can and become the greatest of your peers. But then when you play it in front of them or in video form, you are as bad as DSP, which, you know, that is not a good thing. However, that being said, unlike DSP, you blame yourself and not the game, because accountability, what the hell is that? Oh my god. I'm just saying this right now. The day I compare myself to Darkside Phil will be the day that I will quit YouTube. I'm just gonna put that right in front. Just saying. I mean, as someone who's gotten the platinum trophy on every Souls game offline, which is miserable, I think I'm pretty good. Not to mention, I beat Millennia no summons. Even though you know, that's something you say when Elden Ring came out. So, yeah. Oh, why you do that, Mario? You're wasting time, damn it. So yeah, I do remember someone asking me what is the hardest achievement I've gotten on Retro Achievements, and as of now, right now, I can definitely say that beating Super Castlevania 4 without dying is definitely the hardest achievement I've ever gotten. Just because Super Castlevania 4 is... It's not as hard as 1, 2, and... It's not as hard as the first 3, as the NES trilogy, but I would say it's the hardest game when it comes to the platforming. Because, yeah, the platforming is going to be your biggest challenge for CV4. So yeah, that's gonna be. So yeah, that will be like my definitive answer as of now. Oh my god. Did I pull off the wall kick on the first go? I don't remember. I genuinely do not remember. Oh my god, here we go. Here we freaking go. Alright. Leave in the comments below how long is it gonna take me to pull off this wall kick now. Take a wild guess. Alright, 3 times is not that bad. I think my longest is like 7, maybe 10, I don't know. But yeah, like I said, wall kick in Mario 64 sucks. So, yeah. I am gonna die. Yeah, I'm not even gonna improvise. Alright. It's almost time to lock in. Actually, we will lock in right now. Locking in like if this was GDQ. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh! Oh my god, that was close. Yeah, I should not have jumped, or I should not have jumped on the first pit. I should have just taken the bridge, the crumble bridge, because I feel more confident doing that. Oh my god, that was close. I cannot believe I survived that. Or I cannot believe I made it. Alright. Thank God it's not the chasing amps from Shifting Sandland, because that would have been more annoying. Alright, let's not fuck this up, please. Oh my god. So yeah, I would say the outside is the hardest part of Lethal Lava Land. Alright, do small jumps, otherwise you're gonna hit the ceiling, and we don't want that. Oh man. Alright. Oh, you know what? The hardest part of this part is the of Shifting Sand is the Tox Box section. Yeah, because the Tox Box can be kind of glitchy. Can glitch you out in the worst case. Which happened to me, which, unsurprising. Yeah, you can just... Oh, God. Jump over the first two. And wait over here. And there we go. Perfect triple jump. That's amazing. Alright. Survive is still a good world for that too, since it would have been reset, since you probably would have died from that too. That is true. Maybe, I don't know. Okay. So yeah, that part is like the hardest. That part I would say is the hardest of the inside of the pyramid. And I would say the hardest part overall of Shifting Sandland. Yeah, overall it's not that bad. All right, I don't want to jinx it, but Dire is really easy. All things considered. Now I say that, and I'm not gonna make it past the first jump. Because that's my luck, people. Okay, I did make it. And yeah, you could platform on the poles, but yeah, I do not recommend it. Just take your time. You don't have to rush it. This is not a speed run. This is not a speedrun achievement. This is a deathless achievement. And yeah, see, we're done. So yeah, it's only 2 jumps you gotta be careful of. Oh no. Alright. I forgot what's my time on the slide verse. I want to say it's below 20 minutes. But I actually don't remember. Yeah, right here, just take the shell and just hug the walls. Because yeah, losing the shell is so it's so hard to. It's like, if you lose a shell, then you just suck at video games. That's all I'm gonna say. And Sweep. Aw, why? Okay, just for security, I'm gonna take the Chucky path. Because I am not confident to do the shortcut. Maybe it was sub 15, maybe. I don't know. I actually really don't know. I'm gonna check after this. Or after I... Actually, no, I guess I'll check out just to show you. Or tell you. Alright, tall mountain. Oh, I missed a coin. Imagine there's an achievement for getting every coin. Oh my god, that would be the worst. That would be the actual worst. Because, yeah, I think the bob-ombs drop coins, so... Yeah, this means we gotta kill all the enemies, which is... Not something I want to do in my slides, you know? And jump. Do not dive or you're dead. Alright. Now we gotta lock in. Because, yeah, here we have the last three, which are the hard parts. So, let's go. I knew it. I knew it. Alright. Since I'm here... Oh, yeah, there you go. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna make it to TikTok, and then I'm gonna die there. And once I get past TikTok clock, I'm gonna die on Rainbow Ride. And then and then after give or take 30 more attempts, I'm gonna make it. Probably. Also, if you're not tired of the Mario 64 OST, oh my god, you have better patience than me, because yeah, I'm getting a bit oh my god, why did I jump? Why did I jump? Okay, what am I doing? I'm losing focus. Alright, just to see real quick. Okay, so my PB, or my time on my personal account is 13 minutes and 38 seconds. Okay, so that's my PB. So yeah, sub 15. All right, so let's try to do sub 15. Let's see if we can do it. Nice. I should have been done by now, god damn it. I could be playing Super Metroid X Fusion now, damn it, and keep mastering that game. Cuz yeah, this week the Super Metroid X Fusion achievement set went live, and I am so excited because that is one of my that was my favorite game that came out last year, if you remember my 2025 recap video. Well, besides Silk Song. So that is pretty good. Because, yeah, I'm taking a break from Castlevania masteries and just master Metroid. Oh my god! What the hell am I doing? Oh! Okay. This might be a blessed run. Because we got the wall jump on the first try. It's not gonna be a blessed run. It's not gonna be blessed. I just know it. Yeah, because I did check my my masteries on my personal account, and in the span of like months, I've mastered like 7 Castlevania games. Now, granted, 3 of them are Castlevania 1, so not everything is new, so to speak. Or not every mastery is a new...
Mamma mia!
Ladies and gentlemen, we got it. We got it. Oh my god. The Souls music worked. The Souls music locks me in. Oh my god, that is incredible. Unfortunately, Morgoth did not carry me, but Adele, Baron of Night, carry me, so... You know what? I'll take it. Oh my god. That was stupid. That was so stupid. Alright, so now that the hard part is done, we can now move on to bigger and better things, I guess. And oh my god, stop with this music. I'm so sick and tired of it. Hey, Bowser. Did you really think you could win Peach's favor? Not a chance. If I can't slide, nobody will. There's no way you'll be able to get the key that opens these gates. It's kept safe in my domain. Unless you're that foolish to enter that portal over there and try to take it. Too bad you don't stand a chance, though. Well, we'll see about that, mister. Alright, so here we go. We got the Bowser slide. And yeah, one of the coolest things about the Bowser slide is that we now have a... Oh, wow. We now have a 2D slide, which is pretty awesome. And there's actually a very cool visual reason as to why. And that is because when we get close to this... well, never mind. Never mind. And yeah, that is because when you get close to the tower, something really cool will happen. And... Oh my god, why are you not... Why are you not jumping, Mario? You know... At this point, if there's a Mario 64 ROM hack, I need to find a patch so I can play as Luigi, because I swear every time I play as Luigi, I die less. It's like ridiculous. But yeah, as you can see, we are now in Bowser in the Fire Sea, and oh my god. So yeah, one of the coolest things about the Bowser slide is that it combines all 3 Bowser stages. So yeah, that's actually really cool. Now, granted, the Bowser's, this one can actually be pretty difficult if you're not careful, so yeah, you gotta be on your A game. Also, not get zapped in the process. And, oh my god, why are you not jumping, Mario? Why are you not jumping, you red fatty? Also, where's my phone? Oh, it's probably in my bed. Alright. Jump. Thank you. You're supposed to be jump man, goddammit. Oh, god, I was not paying attention. I am dead. I'm not dead, wow. And... oh my god, I forgot. There's wall kicks here. Oh, no. Okay. Alright. So that's Fire Sea. And here we have... in the sky! Go, Team Sky. Okay, no. Whoa. Hello, Womp. Alright. And... wait, that was it? Wait. Okay, I remember this being much more difficult. Okay, never mind. Bowser's Ultimate Slide. What slide has been my favorite one? I mean, when it comes to the sections of the big slide, I would say my favorite one is Shifting Sandland, because I do like the secrets to open the pyramid. But overall, I would say that the big slide is overall my favorite. Where's Bowser? He left. Because, yeah, now that we got the key, he locked his domain. And now he has to do some repairs, I guess. Alright, so here we go. The Princess's Secret Slide. And you may think, and if you think that this is going to be the same as Vanilla 64, then you are dead wrong. Because this... Oh, my God. Because this is... If you're not doing the Deathless run, this is the hardest slide of the game. Because it is also... because it is the longest, and it's also the hardest one. And yeah, it's hardest because there's no checkpoints. And yeah, we have to make it all the way through this course and make it to where the princess is. And yeah, once we finish this, we will be done with the Rom Hacks. So, yeah. Very interesting. Also, I love it. Tiny... you gotta do precise jumps on tiny platforms. My favorite. Yeah, I do like how we got the Bowser bombs. That's an interesting touch. Oh no, I'm gonna die. I didn't die. Wow. A fork path or two paths in my 64 slide. The nerve of you. Okay. Alright, camera, please don't be stupid. Whee! Why are you magnetizing to the thing? Oh my god! Peach forgot to put the slide together. True. Or maybe, you know, she was tired that we beat the slide in like 14 seconds if it were for speedrunners. So she made a more difficult one. So there you go. She made a slide not suitable for speedrunners. Let's put it that way. I think I actually... And also, I think I died on like, the last curve of the last section of the slide. So, yeah, that sucks. Jump! 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 Jump, man! There we go. I'm just saying, if I was playing as Luigi, I would have probably done this on the first try. Just saying. Which comes to show why Luigi is the better brother. I mean, I did bring up Mario Advance earlier, and yeah, when I get to Mario All-Stars on SNES, you bet your ass I'm going to play Lost Levels as Luigi. Because Luigi is better in every way. Oh god, All-Stars is going to be an interesting game. Well, when it comes to everything besides Mario 2, because Mario 2 USA sucks, but also... I have to beat that stupid game 4 times in a row. That was a stupid idea, maybe. Whee! Okay, here's where I died. Oh my god, I died on the last curve. Are you serious? I died on the last curve. Oh my god. But there we go. We made it to the end. And guys, L is real. Only Her Royal Highness and the Guardians of the Big Star are allowed in this room. I don't believe you. Alright, but there we go. We conquered the slide. Soldier Toad here. Solar Turd up in the... Okay, no. Soldier Toad here. Guardian of the Big Star and protector of the princess. Cool, I guess. I guess. And you say the same thing. Also, wait, couldn't you... do something here? Or am I thinking of something else? Oh. Awesome. Alright, let's try that again, shall we? Alright. It's the Yoster. It's the Yoster. Hey Mario, we moved the statue to the upper floor of the tower. Too many visitors were starting to make some sort of ritual by running around it like 2,401 times. That's insane. Anyway, I heard from the princess you managed to beat the Slideverse. Congrats. I'm proud of you, Mario. Why 2,401? Is that the number from Ellis Real? The fountain is magically linked to the statue. Jump in and go back to where it's located. Oh, okay. Yeah, I figured that on my own. I figured that by accident. Thanks, game. Alright. Hello, Potch. Mario, I've heard you've been very deft on those slides. Congratulations. That giant grouchy turtle is so silly. He blocked access to my slide just out of jealousy. What a fool. I pity the fool. You know, whoever has a good heart and is brave enough to complete the princess's slide successfully is worthy of keeping the Jumbo Star. It's like the most powerful star in the realm, capable of preserving harmony and peace. Harmony of dissonance, I love it. Throughout the kingdom. So grab it, then I'll go prepare a delicious cake. For you, Mario. Okay, that was a bit weird. Alright. Let's prepare it, and... Any day now. Time! Oh god. That hour is fake, but... There you go. Mario 64, the Slideverse, mastered in... Wow, 2 hours. Less than 2 hours. I thought it was gonna take me longer. Well, it could have took me less, but you know. The stupid deathless stuff keep jinxing me like crazy. Oh my god, why am I with the burps? See, if you're in my videos, you would have said something earlier, but you joined during the boss music. Didn't want to ruin the tension. I mean, you could have messaged, but I was not gonna read it because I was locked the freak in. I was fucking locked. I was popped and locked. I love it. But yeah, you know it's real when the Souls music, or in that case Elden Ring music, pops in. Because yeah, a part of me was saying if I died again, I was gonna put Dark Souls 2 music. Then I was gonna put Sir Alon or something. But there we go. That is it for the Slideverse. Did you know that Super Mario Bros. 2 in the US is actually Doki Doki Panic? No! I had no idea! I did. That's a joke. I did. I mean, that's basically like saying in the theaters when Aragorn kicks the helmet. Did you know that Viggo Mortensen actually hurt his foot while kicking that helmet, and that scream is genuine pain? You could tell I was quiet. No, I did not hear myself. Really, I could hear myself. Probably because I was thinking and stuff. All right, but yeah, there we go. That is it for Super Mario 64, the Slideverse, and yeah, I mean, what can I say? This is, honest to God, a really fun Rom Hack, and I will say that the Deathless achievement is definitely the more annoying one because one small mistake will cost you a reset. But considering that the slide is like less than 15, you can literally beat it in less than 15 minutes. It's really not as bad as other Deathless achievements like, oh, I don't know, Mario Advance 1, Castlevania 3, Castlevania 4, Rondo of Blood, uh Metroid 1, cuz yeah, the Famicom version of Metroid 1 has a Deathless achievement. So as the GameCube or the GameCube, the GBA version. So, there's that. So that's fun. Maybe. I don't know. All right, so let's just let's go real quick through the set because it's a pretty simple set. So, in terms of quality, I'll give it a 7. I was thinking of giving it a 6, but because of the extra challenge achievements on Lethal Lava and Snowman's Land, I will give it the 2 extra points because if it was just the Deathless achievement, it would have been a 6 because yeah, without those 3 achievements, it would have if you remove those 3 achievements, it would have been a default 5 out of 10, which for a ROM hack like this, it would be pretty difficult to make an achievement for every area. I mean, unless it's like don't take damage or clear it out in this amount of time, which would be very boring in the long run. But at the same time, if the set, depending on the game, if the set doesn't have a lot of achievements, that's usually not a bad thing. That's basically what I'm trying to get into. In terms of difficulty, I would honestly give it a 7 as well. Mainly because, what's the word? Mainly because every individual section is not that bad. Although on your first time, this definitely is something that you must. This is definitely something that you will definitely master with a bunch of trial and error, especially with the more random stuff like the TikTok clock section with the platforms with where you have to time yourself with the platforms. But then again, if the Deathless achievement was not there, this would have been a 6 in difficulty because the Bowser slide is not that hard. Well, I just now realized it's not as hard. And the Princess slide is just an endurance. It's just a final endurance test, which is it's not the hardest thing in the world, but at the same time, some of the turns and jumps can be very finicky depending on your speed. And as for fun, you know what? I was thinking of a 7, but I'll be generous and I'll give it an 8. Simply because actually, you know what? Maybe I will give it a 7 because, the the Deathless achievement can definitely be annoying, especially when you die in very stupid ways. And again, this is definitely once you get to Tiny Huge, that the last three sections are definitely the hardest part of the big slide. And as for the Hearts achievement, to the surprise of I'm pretty sure nobody, I'm giving it to Slide Master 3000, which is by beating the big slide without dying. Which, oh my god, shocker, I know. Yeah, very, very boring. Very boring pick. I know, it's kind of whatever. But yeah, there you go. A very quick, a very easy mastery, all things considered. And yeah, now that we're done with that, we now move on to our next big boy game. And yes, I say big boy because even though this because yeah, like I said in the God of War mastery. Wait, was it God of War? Okay, yeah. Like I said in the God of War mastery, um I needed I needed a break from the hard sets. And the Spyro sets, even though I did die in very dumb ways, and there were achievements that were kind of hard. At the end of the day, the Spyro trilogy was a huge like break from very hard games, and and I just basically focus on doing games that are honestly really easy, all things considered. So, what game I'm gonna do next? Well, even though technically Spyro 1 is the first game of its kind that I did this year, for our next game, we are going to be mastering our very first multi-console our first multi-console game. And when I say multi-console, it means that it has to be a game that has different releases on different consoles, and those different consoles have sets. So, like I said, Spyro 1 is technically the first one, but because both sets are PlayStation 1, by technicality, it doesn't count. So, for our first game of this caliber for this year, we're gonna take a trip to the distant spooky land of Transylvania and master the very first Castlevania, as we're going to be mastering the NES, GBA, and Famicom versions of the Cult Classic. And in case you're wondering, yes, I'm going to be starting with the Castlevania franchise just for the anticipation of Belmont's Curse, which I cannot wait. It is definitely my most anticipated game for this year. It could have been one of, but Tomb Raider got delayed, so there you go. All right, but there you go. That is it for my Super Mario 64 Slideverse RetroAchievements Mastery playthrough. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching this stream playthrough. I'm Jonathan Wolf, and I will see you all in my next Retro Achievement Mastery playthrough. And just to make things clear, I will be streaming the Famicom version. I don't know if I'm going to stream the GBA version, because the GBA version is very simplistic when it comes to the achievements. But the Famicom version is it's basically a more interesting set to stream, to say the least. But I guess I'll figure it out. But yeah, I now have to continue edit the Spyro 3 videos for the archives channel. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next Retro Achievements Mastery playthrough. Later, Retro Achievers, and I'll see you all in Castlevania.